So, you may notice this is not my usual hobby studio. And this room is a little bit of a, charitably we can call it a disaster area right now. There's a reason for that. My girlfriend, I should say my ex-girlfriend, we split up about a month ago. She had moved out to Thunder Bay for university at the end of June, but we had intended to stay together. Didn't pan out. We're still friends, just, you know, our lives just kind of went in separate ways, or that's all you're gonna get out of me. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna badmouth her because I still care about her. We're still staying friends, so it's all good. But it became increasingly obvious to me that in her absence, I was going to need some additional income. And since I had the empty space upstairs, it was practical to move my hobby room into the empty room. And that way I could put another tenant in downstairs. And she is moving in as we speak. Really hope this one works out better than the last one. Yeah, I'm still salty about that last one. Yeah, that did not go well. But yeah, so I spent about probably 5 or 6 hours packing up everything and cleaning up down there and just moving it up, just load after load after load, all my shelves, all my unbuilt models, all my tools, all my supplies, every single bit of plastic that was down there is now up here. And it's taken up an awful lot of space in here. But this is a larger space than I was looking at before. I think down there it was about like 9 by 12 feet or 9 by 11 feet or something like that, and up here it's about 10 by 12 or 11 by 13 or something like that. It's a couple extra feet in every dimension, so I've got a lot more room to work with. So at the moment everything's just kind of crudely laid out. My 4 tables, my 4 folding tables, which I had laid out in wraparound kind of arrangement downstairs. Plus I had the 4th one at the other end of the room. That was where I had my photo studio, my light box, which is behind me here. Now I can fit all 4 of those tables just in one corner. I've actually got room for a 5th one, so I may do that. Just so I've got a little extra room to move around. Which, knowing myself, just means that I'm going to have more room for a messy workspace. But we'll see. At the moment, everything is just kind of everywhere. I've got my spray booth just sitting. I think it's going to stay here. I've got an empty wall space opposite me. At the moment there's some stuff in the way, but that stuff is going to be getting out of here soon. That I'm going to have as like all of my storage shelves. That'll be where all my unbuilt models, all the boxes and tools and whatnot will be stored. I'll have tables wrapping around at least as far as where they're at, probably a little bit farther, and I've got a dresser that I'll be using for additional tools, as well as I'll probably be using the top for, that's probably where I'm going to put my photo booth, because it's nice and high and I'm tall and I don't like bending over. That said, shooting it with a tripod, it might make things a little more difficult, because I don't think I have a tripod that's quite high enough, but whatever, we'll see. Everything's a work in progress. But there's lots of empty wall space as well, so I can very easily put up lots of display shelving. Probably 2 levels around most of the room, with the exception of the window obviously behind me. But you know, all the way around most of the room I can probably get at least 2 levels of shelving. and then maybe have a TV in an opposite corner, like wall mounted, so that I can see it from everywhere. But that's kind of where I'm at. It's going to take me a while to get this all set up. Yeah, that's pretty much where things are at with hobby room related stuff. But that said, today was a mail day. Not a ton of stuff, just a lot of big boxes. So we're going to crack this open and take a peek at what lies inside. There's some stuff in here that I've been very anxious to get my hands on. Love their bubble wrap. Okay, first up. I wasn't really planning on getting this one, at least not when I did, because I've never seen the movie it's based on. And it doesn't have any huge connection to me, but HLJ was having a sale. This is the new F91 version 2.0. This is honestly a model I'm stunned exists. You know, the version 1.0 came out only 10 years ago, 10 or 12 years ago, and it was outstanding. That was a great, great model. You know, that was kind of from an era when Bandai was starting to make some real leaps forward in engineering and design. The full frame was articulated. It had, it was almost a full polycap free design. You know, I haven't built one of those in about, well, since they came out, but I remember it being outstanding. And I don't really know what they could do to improve it, but I guess they felt that they could, because they spent the money to do a new one. So I'm eager to crack this open and see what we got. I'm probably not going to do an unboxing review of the model. I'm just, yeah, it was very unexpected, but a welcome surprise. But yeah, I don't remember what normal retail price was, but HLJ had it on sale for like 2,800 yen, which is about $34, $35 Canadian, or about 25 US. So a steal. Next one up. I've actually built one of these before, but I don't really know what compelled me to buy one again. Besides just that it's a cool design and I don't have one in master grade. This is the Sinanju. This is the OVA version. So it has the improved engineering in the waist area. The OVA version had a very fragile waist from what I understand. Has some slightly different colors. Did I say the Verka version, the original release, had a fragile waist, and this is the OVA version, which has the improved engineering. But the colors have been tweaked, and it includes a new weapon, a bazooka that can mount to the bottom of the rifle or be handheld. I don't really remember much about the design of this thing. I did build the real grade about a year ago, and I really liked it. I've actually got a second one I want to do a diorama with, but that's going to be a while. Next up, speaking of the MSN series, the predecessor of the Sinanju finally got its own real grade. This is the Sazabi real grade. This is one I've been really anxious to get my hands on. I love both the real grade series and I love the Sazabi. And the Verka master grade is large and cumbersome. And I'm kind of hoping that the slightly smaller size, I mean this thing is still very big. This is as big as, you know, an ordinary master grade once it's built, and, you know, just as bulky. I mean, it comes in the same exact size box as the F91. That tells you a lot. You know, same width, same height, same thickness, everything. So that's a pretty clear indication that this is going to be a hefty, hefty real grade kit. No other real grade kit has come in a box this size. In fact, most of them are half this size. So that I'm excited about. And finally, this is the one I was waiting for the most. I had the rest of these, well, I had the Sinanju and the Sazabi sitting in a private warehouse for like, quite a while. Sinanju actually was closing in on the 60-day limit. HLJ has a 60-day limit on their private warehouse policy. Once you hit that 60 days, it automatically ships. And I was waiting, crossing my fingers that this would come out before it hit that limit, and it hit that limit on day 58. Also from the MSN series of Neo Xeon mobile suits, this is Gyune Gus's MSN-03. Yes, MSN-03 Yacht Doga. This is not a master grade, this is from the RE100 series. I've never built an RE100 model, and I'm glad that this is the one I'm going to be losing my virginity to, as it were. From what I understand, I have looked at the instructions. I've seen quite a few build reviews of other RE100 models, and it seems to me that they're engineered kind of like large high grades. Similar kind of concept of emphasizing the exterior over the interior. There's no internal frame, no articulated fingers, more simple and fewer parts to the engineering. I believe this is the largest one to date, with the exception of the Nightingale, which was actually the first one in the series, which is an alternate version of the Sazabi, as it would have appeared in the novelization of Shaw's Counterattack. But this is the Yacht Doga. This is the limited mass production, new type use mobile suit from Neo Xeon. The two ace pilots, well, I shouldn't say two ace pilots, I mean they were both kind of... Gyune was a talented pilot, and Quess was a basket case. I believe she was 13. Why she was stuck in the cockpit, I have no idea. Shaw, come on, it's like you wanted your plan to fail. Anyway, whatever. But yeah, this is the one I'm the most excited to build, and it's probably the one that's going to take the least amount of time, just due to the engineering. But I've been looking forward to Bandai finally completing the Neo Xeon collection for a long time, because they did the Verka Sazabi ages ago. They did the Gira Doga probably in 2013, and that kit looks great. And I really think that with this one and the inevitable Quess Pariah recolor, which I think was just announced at a Japanese hobby show this past weekend, all of those done together are going to look fantastic together. In the meantime, though, I'm going to go and get something. Wait right here. Hi. I've been on a bit of a kick lately. Bandai's Star Wars line has kind of been sucking up a lot of my time and money lately. I had an idea that I can't believe I never had before, because I have done a couple of their fighter kits years ago. I did the X-Wing, I think I did the TIE Fighter, probably in 2014 or so. But as more of them have come out, I've kind of gotten hooked on them. And one thing that I really dig about them is that with the exception of the B-Wing, which just came out, all of the original series fighters, the X-Wing, the TIE Fighter, the TIE Interceptor, the Y-Wing, etc., all come with one of these. This is a 3-inch by 3-inch surface plate of the Death Star. They're all different. Every one of them comes with a different, unique design, and they all link together. There's a little notch in there. You can connect all of the bases together. The A-Wing, in fact, not only comes with a base plate, but also includes a tower turret. And the X-Wing comes with the exhaust port, and every one of them comes with at least one detail plate, again with the exception of the B-Wing, because it requires a specialized base because it's so freaking weird and awesome. I love the B-Wing. But they all link together, and they're all very simple. And I know how to cast with resin. So what I'm planning on doing is making a buttload of copies of each of these. I'm going to build myself a diorama. Not exactly a diorama in the sense of, like, it's not going to be a scene, it's more just a wall display for all of the fighters. I'll be talking at greater length about this when I actually get into the production phase, but my intention is that it's going to be, I think, 13 tiles wide, so 39 inches by 7 tiles high, 21 inches plus a border, so an extra 2 inches on every side. And that's going to be a buttload of these. That's going to be 13 times 7, it's 91 tiles. That's a lot. That's going to be a lot of these and a lot of resin to use up. So it's going to be time-consuming and somewhat costly to produce, but it's going to look great. I'm so excited. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on there. But in the meantime, I've just been collecting the models. I have almost the complete. I have the complete set. They're not all built yet. I still have to assemble the X-wing and the Y-wing, but the rest of them are all built and all on display. But in addition to that, I've been picking up the occasional other model. I just picked up, this is the Last Jedi version of the Millennium Falcon in 1/44 scale. It's not going to replace my fine molds Falcon by any stretch, because for one thing, that thing is much, much bigger. It's 72nd scale, whereas this one is half that, 1/44. I just like the Falcon and wanted to do another model of it in a different size that I could display elsewhere. Like I could put it on a shelf somewhere in here while I've got the other one in the living room. But yeah, these are all quite simple. They go together really pretty quickly. Engineering isn't super difficult. The B-Wing I just built, because it literally just came out within the past month or so. I think there was kind of a limited pre-release at, was it SDCC? Probably in July, and then it was mass released in probably August. I got my hands on one locally, and I love it. It's great. I love it so much. It is so awkward and weird and beautiful. I love it to death. And I can't wait to have this wall mount display all finished. So yeah, I've got a few other Star Wars kits. I've got the AT-ST I need to build. I've got the Luke and Han Stormtroopers I've got to build, which I may do unboxings of. Probably do them both at once because they do have some interesting differences between them. And I've got a bunch of stuff on order. A friend of mine has a hookup for a really, really good price on stuff. So we'll see. That's about all there is to say. Yeah, I'm just gonna get to work getting this rat's nest sorted out. So thank you everyone out there for watching. Happy modeling.